There's a lot of franchises, which go from food restaurants like we're involved in to exercise locations, beauty salons, car services, a lot of different franchises. With a franchise, there's basically three major things you're getting. You're getting use of a brand name, an already existing brand, so you have instant customer recognition.
When you open up the door as a new franchisee in a brand that people have noticed the brand, there's brand recognition out there, you're opening up the door not as a new business. People trust you already. You bought into the trust.
In the franchises, we also work with the franchisor, who has a say in the procedures and the specifications and the recipes and the quality of the products. When it comes to our own proprietary brands, we don't have the franchise input to deal with, or the franchise guidance. We need to make all those decisions on our own. Having the guidance of the franchisor helps because they can see it from a different point of view, where we may be looking at it from one point of view, they could come up with something different. We don't have that extra vision to say, well, maybe this should work that way, or we may want to change something. So that's on our own, and if we make the mistakes, we make them ourselves. If we have the successes, those are our own.
People want to become a franchisee because a franchisor has made the mistakes and survived. That's what you get out of franchising. That franchisee doesn't have to make that mistake.
That's really the benefit of the whole franchising model, is that someone has been there before you, has laid that foundation, has created the systems, tool, processes that lead to success over time.
So if you want assistance and you want help and you'd like to not have to reinvent the wheel for yourself and you want to avoid the potholes, it only makes sense to partner with people who have already been there. There are no business models that guarantee success regardless. There's always risk. It's just that this one is the least risky.
The franchisor is lucky enough to have survived being hit by the car, and now the franchisee knows not to walk in front of it. That's basically what it is. So franchising is a way of missing the mistakes. That's what the joy of franchising is. It's missing the mistakes that somebody else made.
One of the major keys is find the right location. Doesn't matter if you're selling hot dogs or you're doing car service or whatever, find the right location.
Before they talk to anyone, is deep in their heart, they've got to decide they want to own their own business. Nobody should talk you into that. You've got to be driven to own your own business.
Follow something that you're passionate about. In franchising, there's so many different business opportunities that are now franchised these days. Follow one that you're passionate about, and I think you'll find yourself being very, very happy with that decision.
We study franchisee satisfaction, and the biggest factor in franchisee satisfaction is being passionate about what you do every day and getting up. And you have to look at what's going to get you up out of bed every day for the next 5, 10, 15 years, and have you feel passionate about it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the service that the business is providing or the product. They're passionate about building the business, they're passionate about customer service and the long-term opportunity of business ownership.
Decide what you really think you'd like to do, and then as you investigate the franchises, find out as much as you can about them.
Talking to franchisees within that organization about how they've gone through change over time, successfully and navigated that is kind of critical.
If you're thinking of buying a franchise, I would strongly recommend contacting existing franchisees to find out how they feel about the company and how much support they get, see if they're happy, unhappy.
Be sure that you investigate the brand, its power within the market, the people behind the brand, the franchisees. Talk to them and ask them questions if they're happy about their experience. Would they do it again? Have they achieved the goals that they set out to achieve? Have they opened new stores? Have they closed stores? And why, regardless of what those answers are. The information is there if people want to look for it.
Well, if the franchisee prospect has really taken serious time to look at any franchise offering, they really need to kick the tires. They need to dig in deep so they understand the complete scope of support that the franchisor can provide. By and large, most good franchisors will provide you all of the core business acumen that you really do need. I mean, you want to be part of a franchise organization where the fellow franchisees themselves inherently just like to help one another succeed.
Follow the procedures, follow the specs, because these companies are in business, so they've spent a lot of time establishing the right way to do it.
There's a reason that franchising employs 22 million people and generates $2.3 trillion in the market, and it's because these businesses are successful. But that's a result. The reason for that is it mirrors the American dream, or what I really prefer to call the American promise. And that is that no matter where you come from, people can participate through this track and achieve whatever their dreams are. It's the heart of America, and why I believe that franchising, and specifically franchisees, are the heroes of our economy.